G'day guys, Scott from FatB Trader here, just bringing you a quick update on some of the trades that we took this week and also cover off some of the trades that we talked about in the free members webinar every Sunday and / Monday. I want to talk about some of the trades that we discussed at the start of the week and how that's actually panned out. What we're going to do today, apart from that, is talk about some of the good trades, the bad trades, some of the things we learnt during the week, and where we think the market's going heading forward, and basically answer any questions that you guys have. So I'll just I'll crack on over to Profitly and just basically have a look at what trades I've taken this week, because honestly it all sort of blends in after a while, frankly. I'll have a look at, I've got our open trades. Okay, so basically now obviously the first trade we took this week was the one that we talked about last Friday, pre-NFP. Seems like a lifetime ago, but that being said, it was an awesome setup. This little breakout formation. We actually had an order set at 93.50. Now, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. I had a little bit of a pissy rant on Monday because my broker fucking screwed me on a fill. I mean, it's probably the worst fill I've ever had on a trade. Just full stop. Basically, I'll dump this over here and you can see what I'm talking about. So if we go into here and have a look at the trade. Now, this is what actually happened. We had the order opened on the break, as you can see, and pretty much what happened is we got filled at 93. So we got filled a full 50 points below where we had the order, which I can't understand. My broker can't explain. So just something to bear in mind. That's the lesson for the week. Remember, you are trading in a viper's nest with Forex, or the stock market, or any market, for example. I mean, you're going against other people. So I did leave this order in over the weekend. I probably should have just closed it out since I missed the since I missed this order. This was the original order, as you can see on the left, and then this is what actually transpired on the right. So pretty ordinary. The lesson is you're in a viper's nest. Don't forget that. Take orders out that you like unfilled orders over the weekend, unless you want them filled at a really crappy price. So that's basically the lesson for the week. So obviously negative 14 on that. We lost about 700 on that particular trade, which wasn't a great way to start the week. But we did manage to then follow that up with a nice trade on the Euro US dollar. God, I'm so Euro US dollar centric that sometimes when I bloody take another trade, I forget that I'm actually taking it. So you can see here we're taking it from that level that we talked about, the break of this level. This level was obviously the level that was broken, and this was the magic little level, magic little key level that we talked about, heading down, targeting the 102.90 level. 102.80 level. So we took 37 pips off that. So that was a nice way to start the week. And really, when you think about it, guys, that's one trade. You don't if you could do one of those a week, a 40 pip trade, or you could make 40 pips a week on your 6 standard lots. Wow, that's a pretty good income. That's like 120 grand a year. So just, I guess the other lesson for the week is don't try and shoot the lights out on every trade. Just think about what you're trying to achieve. I know that's kind of a little random, just thrown in from nowhere, but think about what you're trying to do. So let's head back and have a look at what we, so they're the two that we actually took and are closed. There's some that we've got open that are still pending. So let's talk about those now. So the Aussie yen, basically, yeah, I got the shits of that and missed it. There was another opportunity to add in. but at that stage I was completely over the Aussie yen. Shouldn't have been, because if you had have taken it at your second opportunity, you'd be up 200 points right now. So I'm a little dirty on that, and I still think it's got plenty to go. I still think we'll hit it at least 90.50 before even, seeing any sort of bounce really. So that's still got some room to run. The Euro US dollar, we have got a short from this level here. We're still holding that. We're down, about 20 points. It's only a small position, so it's not really a big deal. But that being said, this band has just been crazy. It's just been super tight. This was some bullshit news. You can see didn't hold up, fell away straight away. So really, total fake out, total stop fake out. The professionals were just taking the piss out of us basically. So let me see if I can use this screen draw tool. Ooh, I can. Let's. Ooh, cool. So yeah, this is the taking the piss area where they were clearly taking the piss out of us. So that being said, still here at this sort of swing high. I'm anticipating that it will still go down and hit this 137 level. So I'm not really worried about that at the minute. I'm just happy to let that ride basically. If it starts getting up here though, and it starts holding that level, and it comes through and retests it or bounces away, then I'll probably look at cutting it and just moving on. But at this stage, I think there's so much downside risk that it's just it's worth holding on, in my own opinion. Obviously, I'm not, you make your own decision on what trades you take, but that's sort of what I think. The fourth one we talked about, third one we talked about last week was the cable. Now you can see again, there's a nice trend line. It broke. We were talking about it up here. There's a really tight sort of consolidation level through here, and it had basically kind of more or less come down. So you could have taken the conservative entry, which is the break at this point here, or you could have waited for the retest. Now either way, you'd be up like 110 points, targeting the 164.70 level, which is about another 100 points away. I still think this has got legs in it. I mean, you can see the formation here has been basically, it's come down, it's tested, and then it's heading back down. So I would anticipate this move, it could be quite violent. I don't know, there may be some news that accelerates it, but I would think that it's definitely worth holding on to at this stage. Might just change colours. So it's a horrible colour. We'll see if yellow works. Now the Swedish krona, you can see this pattern. It's just, we sort of still think it's got plenty of room to run up there. So I'll just turn this off for a sec. Just come back here and talk about the pivot levels. So again, you can see this is just in a nice uptrend, just swinging away. We're probably targeting at this stage the 735 level, which is basically, if I just get back in here, well, you can see where it is. It's basically prior structure support, just up here. So I think we're still pretty comfortable with that at this stage. I'm certainly happy with that. So next one we can have a chat about. Screen tool off. Now we took another trade on the yen, second trade on the yen for the week. So this was the first trade, and this was the second trade when it basically came back up, retested, and then fell away. So I think we're up about. What are we up? About 150 points on that trade. So we're up about 200 on the yen this week, which is nice. And my mouse has decided to stop working again. So as you can see, we're still down on the Euro US dollar. Not a big deal. given where we are for the week. So that's pretty much it on those trades that we talked about last week. Now there was, during the week the opportunity to get in on some penny stock action, which I always like a bit of crazy trading. Plug was a great one. Now I can't remember. I think last week we took a short on Plug. Pretty sure it was last week. Yeah, it must have been last week. Let's just have a look here. Yeah, so we took a short on Plug. That was pretty crazy. It's just ridiculous, really. I made like $8,000 in like 15 minutes. It was out of control, and it was off the basic. It was off that same old pattern. So if you're looking at trades, bang, we had an order in, and just it broke that level, and it just fell away. And I got a bit scared and basically closed it out. So probably a good thing, because the next day, like at 6:11, it was 6:11 here. I think if you have a look at Plug, the next day, 6:11. See, this was in here basically. I'm pretty sure this might have been this day here. Yeah, it was that day there. So pretty much I shorted in this little point here, bang, and then it just went crazy to $12. So I stayed away from it until a couple of days ago when we had this big sort of drop down and bounce. We took some options, actually, some $8 call options for this month. Awesome. Thanks, Timmy. He's posted his watch list. Basically, we... coming back, losing my train of thought. So basically, we took some $8 call options on Plug for this month at $8 when it was about $6.50 roughly. I think if I just go over to IB, at the moment, looks like it's going to open down for the day, but on those options, we only took a very small position. And if you subscribe to us on Profitly, you can see our trade alerts in real time, so please come over and subscribe. Basically, I think we took them at 37 cents or 35 cents, and they're up at about 85 cents at the moment. They've been up as high as $1.15. So that's a pretty good 300, basically, 200% increase. We're basically getting our money and 2 times return back, which is pretty sensational for basically a day, 2 days. Really, options are fantastic things. So very limited downside, massive upside, depending on how you structure yourself. So I think that's it at this stage. We can't access a lot of the other stocks on here that I was looking at. So there's really not much point. But what I will say is if you're interested in getting some of these plays in advance of us placing the orders, I would definitely get on to our webinar list. Get over to www.fatbtrader.com, subscribe. We don't spam you. We're not going to sell you any fucking shit. So just get over there, subscribe, and come on the free weekly webinar. We'll send you an invite when we do the next one, and we can talk about some of these ideas in advance, and you can start making some bank with us, which is what it's all about at the end of the day. And apart from that, I think we're good. That's pretty much the weekly wrap. Thanks, guys. Till next time, trade well.